This week on the Reseller Locker Room Podcast, I just had an ESPN notice. Episode 75. We don't know what we're doing, but stick around. We'll be right back at you. All right. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to the Reseller Locker Room Podcast. My name is Ben, the Rocky Top Picker, Alex, the Beard King Picker, and Jefferson, cjbenzfinds. What's up, gentlemen? Number 75.
Wow. I'm ready. All right. What are you guys going to tell me? I'm going to start the show. I need to know what you guys are going to tell me. You wouldn't tell me backstage.
Yeah, for those of you that are not paid members of the show, we do backstage footage that we film before we do this show, and it goes to our paid members. And if you want to know what Jefferson and I need to tell Alex, you need to become a paid member, and we will reveal it on the next backstage episode.
There you go.
You guys are just messing. You guys are just messing with me, huh?
I didn't realize. I'm a member, right? But I didn't realize that you guys did that in the nude. That was crazy.
Yeah, I just had to throw my clothes back on.
Yeah.
Wait, we don't have pants. We don't have pants on. Like, you got crazy britches. We don't have our pants. We don't wear pants.
Let's see those pants again. Show everyone.
Yeah, let's
I went to the bin and I found these nice sleep pants, and they're very comfortable.
Did you wash them?
Did you wash them first?
Yes, I washed them first. I went Saturday. I did all my laundry on Sunday.
We said,
Yes.
Jinx, buy me a Coke. We said it at the same time.
Okay.
They're nice. They're very flowy.
They look very.
You don't even need to wear underwear. It's just like, it's nice and silky.
You did wash them though, right?
Nah. Yes, I washed them Sunday.
Okay.
I did all my laundry.
I want to talk about the bins, but you guys just lied to me and said you're going to tell me on the show. Now you're telling me I have to go pay to be membership to find out what you talked about.
All right, we'll tell you next week. It doesn't matter. It's off in the future.
Yeah, but you can edit this episode, Alex, and then you can find out the answer.
What are you talking about? I'm here right now.
What? All right.
Let's whatever. How was the bins? Was that the first time going there? I mean,
that was my second time. My first time buying stuff. You know what? I got there late. I did get, I think, my pick of the week, but I think it's a fake. So.
Ooh.
Well, what is that? What's your
Let's just go ahead and do that right now.
All right.
Find of the week. Find of the week. What you got there, heifer?
Supreme.
Yep, that's a fake.
Yeah.
Can you still list that on eBay? Even if
I don't know. Yeah, because I don't know what it's supposed to look like.
Let me see the tag.
No, it's SMP.
Yeah,
No,
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No,
I thought it was.
Sure.
But it weighs
It's
like
Marketplace.
1/8 of a pound. I can sell it on Macari because you can sell anything on Macari.
that's a knockoff, bro.
I looked up real quick. I like Supreme's worth something. I saw a sweatshirt very similar for like $300. I'm like, oh yeah.
Audience members, let us know down in the comments if you think that shirt is a knockoff of Supreme. Let us know.
I don't know what their tags are supposed to look like, so you probably have to
red with the word Supreme.
Yeah, not SMP.
With an R circle for reserved.
Okay.
Registered, isn't it?
Registered, reserved. Yeah.
All right, so my real find of the week, I probably should take it out of the bag.
Are they the pants, right?
They are the pants. Yes, somebody's keeping them forever.
That's the crowning jewel. It's the pants. Oh, cotton.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it's, it's nice. It's all engraved on the back. Although the thing says, what it doesn't do makes it better. That was a shitty logo or
Slogan
back in the day. I don't know. What it doesn't do makes it better. If she doesn't do it, it ain't getting better. But
well, them pants you got on makes it better, don't it?
It does.
So you found that at the bins too?
No.
Let me tell you, dude, I dare you, Jefferson, to wear those pants at the game terminal when we have our meetup down there.
I'll bring them. I don't give a shit.
In Nashville, you wear them.
I will. I'll wear anything. I don't care. I put underwear on though if I come.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I got these at a yard sale, and they had 12 of them, still old, dead old stock, whatever you call it. And I looked them up on eBay. There's one person selling them for $30. I paid $1 a piece, so $12.
That's a good
Turn to
deal.
$3.60 if I sell them all, and if they're actually worth that. But
All right. I'm not going to do my longtime buddy this. I've made him wait long enough. I'm going to go ahead and reveal the news. Okay, Alex?
Yeah.
And for those of you watching, this might be news breaking because some of you made some comments about this in last week's episode. Jefferson has secured a hotel room of which I will be sharing, and it will be the hotel right near the host hotel.
yes, it's across the street.
Yes.
That hotel that they're staying in, I guess because so many people are trying to go there, it's like $300 a night or something.
The price,
days
right?
in.
So you're staying right across the street from the main hotel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, so I don't have to sleep in that floor with all those musty books.
My books aren't musty, but it is cold down here.
Well,
now I don't have to buy you an air mattress.
And I figured this way we don't have to spoon. You can have your own bed. I got 2 beds, just so if anybody's wondering. Even though I got the fancy pants.
If I come and party over there now at the hotel across the street, then I can sleep in the bathtub, right?
That's the plan.
Okay.
Yeah. I think there's a chair in there. I went to a bachelor party
I don't know about Mike's going to sleep though, but he can be my sober driver, right, Mike?
That's fine.
Yes, he can. He'll be all right with that. Oh, Mikey done his latest episode, the big review of Boss.
Yeah, I watched that earlier today.
Yeah.
I think he has like 2 more videos coming out from that trip.
That's good. I want to see the footage from the event.
Did you watch the first one where him and Archie went out to that, what was like a wholesale convention or something?
Yeah. The one that happens the same week.
Yeah.
No, I did not.
When I was younger, we used to go to that in New York at the Jefferson Center, and we would buy out whole stalls and resell it. We had a couple stores in Maryland and Delaware.
So like the end of the weekend, those people just want to sell everything off, right?
You could buy it for next to nothing because 10 cents on the dollar. They don't want to ship it back.
That's good.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what I did watch.
What'd you watch?
And you guys know this, and anybody that talks to me on the regular knows this, that I hardly ever watch any reselling videos anymore.
But you watched the video? Thank you.
But I did, despite my better judgment, watched Soda City Flips video.
Oh, but you had to watch it.
Something told me when it clipped up on my feed that I should watch this one, and I did. And I'm going to play it for you as soon as I can maneuver it.
If you're looking to sell your car,
get a commercial.
A real offer in.
Whoops.
Thanks, Shane.
Yeah,
I don't want to sell my car.
All right, here we go.
And I'll see you in the next video.
They say that Rocky Top picker's old as hell. Won't take advice from nobody else.
That is facts.
Griping all the time about resale, but he ain't sold nothing since God knows when. Rocky Top picker, old as hell. Once 2 women knew him well. Still hear them say he was old as hell. And Rocky Top picker, old as hell.
Shane's gonna hit you.
All right. That's enough.
We can't, Madonna. We can't hear you.
You can hear me.
No, I'm talking Madonna with this little boom mic. His little.
I paused it because I was saying dirty stuff to myself. No, I said when I get to his age, hopefully I look that good.
So here's one thing that I'm thankful for about that video. I'm glad that it was actually a dude that can sing, and it wasn't Shane O'Mac attempting to try to sound cool with his rapping and all that kind of stuff. So
When we're in Nashville, we all got to go do karaoke.
this was very, Shane, this was very tastefully done despite the subject matter.
It was
But
pretty
you know
funny.
what?
Now it makes sense to use that thumbnail, so that's happening.
Yeah.
Um,
So you guys will all get old one day. That's all I can tell you.
But do you?
I know.
It's funny
it'll be a
because
while till we catch up to you.
on the Reseller Island, when I was on their podcast, he brought up playing checkers and you on the podcast, and then he talked about it in his next video. So, do you play checkers? Everyone
No,
else?
I do not.
You ever get into like playing chess at all?
Never played chess.
I do all the time.
Just with yourself, though, right?
Yes, mainly. Sometimes with a robot, but it's different.
But no, in seriousness, it was great. I got a laugh out of it.
It was fun.
Yeah. But dude, I'm only 52. Y'all act like I'm freaking Mike's age or something.
Yeah, I think you're like 5
Well,
days. What's your birthday? January. Mine's the
Mike
13th.
can play checkers then.
What day in January are you born?
17.
Yeah, I'm the same age as you. You're a child compared to me.
Do you play checkers then?
No, because you can't win at checkers once you get over the age of 8. It's just a stalemate, right? I mean, no one can beat you at checkers unless you have Forrest Gump. Well, maybe he could beat you, but I'm just saying, if you were of his persuasion, you could probably beat him at checkers.
So, it did mention in that song about that you haven't sold anything for a long time, Ben.
That's a lie.
What did you sell this weekend? How were the
Well,
sales? Well, how were sales for everyone?
Pretty good. Do we want to do the sale of the week right now?
Not
Let's
just
just-
sell of the week. I'm just talking about reselling, so I'm just curious how everyone sells.
Well, first, I'm never satisfied, but I'm not going to complain. I had about 9 sales.
Jefferson, did you put your store back on, or are you back to being paused?
Me, I've sold 5 things. I sold a bunch of 6 things. I sold 4 NASCAR cars and 2 cards. I'm not making money. All I need to do is make $50 a month to pay for this fancy store. But I haven't been listing much. I've been
Alex,
lazy.
what is your find of the week?
I have not been sourcing this week at all. I
You have
stayed
nothing.
home. I stayed home yesterday packing orders. We had 22 orders over the weekend. And the find of the week is I bought a new bookshelf at the thrift store. So I went to the thrift store yesterday and bought a bookshelf.
I did see that.
And then today McKay's just posted that they're remodeling the bookstore around the corner and they had free book cases outside. So I just ran over there right now and grabbed 2 bookcases. And so I'm pretty good right now. I was looking last week. I drove 2 hours to go check out a bookstore that was going out of business that someone messaged me. That was in what was that? Now I can't remember the town over. Anyways, I went over there, drove 2 hours just to probably find 2 boxes of books. So that was like $300 worth of profit after, gas and my time. It's not that much money, but
What are you going to do when you run out of room putting bookshelves up?
well, in 2 more weeks, he's looking to sell off everything, like the whole bookstore. And he has the professional library racks, so they're double-sided. So I'm trying to figure out if I could fit them in my other room here so I could keep growing, This room, if I don't want to put an aisle where I'm sitting right now, then I'm completely full in this room. So I have the other room there.
Well, what happens when you get maxed out?
If I max out the space here, then I move to a warehouse.
Nice.
So I think I'm right around 800 books that are currently listed. I think I can do to fill these shelves. So I'll hit like 1,000, maybe 1,500 in this room. And then I could probably honestly do probably 3,000 books in the other room. So if I can get store with 4,000 books, my sales will be really good. I mean, it's just going to take time to get there, My problem running into is everything I'm doing and listing, because I'm only listing 10 a day, which if I want to hit thousands of books, I need to be listing 20 to more a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have the FOMO going on where I want to go to the bins, and I got in the car today to drive to the bins and then realized I had no oil in my car. So I had to go get oil in my car so I don't blow up another engine. My wife's car had no oil in it. So
Yeah, you don't want to do that again.
yeah, so that's what I did today. I only listed and packed some orders that came in today and took care of business. But at least I got 3 new bookshelves. So I have enough room. I need to hire a lister. I mean, that's what it comes down to. I can't do social media and source full time and then come home and do the family thing and then need to come down here and list, 20 to 50 books a day, So starting next year on Monday, my wife's going to be dropping her hours at her job to come work with me. So I'll at least have one day I'll have my wife to be doing listings for me.
And what are you going to pay her per hour?
I'm going to pay her in fantasy books.
Okay.
She works for books.
Oh, does she know this?
That's all she would want is books.
Okay. Yeah. Just making sure that you weren't trying to strike a deal behind a closed door or something.
No, she's taking a day off of work, but I'm thinking if she's working with me, I'll make more money having her here than her missing one day at work if I have a lister, especially on Monday when I'm busy packing, so I can be doing the packing and she can be doing listing.
The privileges of having a spouse
that wants to help you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if not, I'm looking at, there is the option of getting a VA to do my listings, which seems kind of dumb because if I have to take the pictures of the books and send them to the virtual assistant to list them, and then I got to look back over the listings and then price them, I might as well list the whole thing myself.
You're right.
He's charging 90 cents per listing. So instead of wasting that 90 cents, if I already got to take the picture, I might as well just finish the whole thing anyways.
Yeah.
So I need to work on my listing, how fast I can do it. Right now, I'm about 15 books in an hour, which seems slow to me, but that's cleaning the book, researching the book, and then taking all the photos. So like 10 to 15 in an hour.
Hey, so there was a book at the bins that was an old Bible. I was thinking about buying it, but it was very musty.
Okay.
So I was looking up online. Somebody said throw it in the microwave. You ever heard that?
No. I've if it's damp, then maybe. I mean,
like it kind of musty, mildewy. They were saying if you microwave it, it'll kill if there's any mold in it, it'll kill it.
I've never heard that.
Just put it outside in the sunlight and leave it outside for a while.
No, I'm asking book questions, man. He's the book king.
I mean, it might be if it smells really, really bad, and it's got mold in it.
Yeah.
A collector, and if it's a collector book, they're not going to want to spend the money on that book if it stinks, Like I get questions a lot if it has a moldy smell because a lot of older books can get that.
Yeah, that's why I left it behind.
I mean, it was a Bible from the 1800s. Like we're talking really, really old here.
I didn't know. It was from I think it was 1929 was the date on it.
Did you look up sold comps on that?
I scanned the book. I couldn't find the same one, so I just threw it back. I probably should have got it. But it smelled really bad.
You could have put it in the listing too, and someone still might have. If it was like $300 Bible, they might have gave you $50 to $100 for it. If you put it, hey, it's got a moldy smell, they might know the trick to put in the microwave. I've never heard of that in my life. So
that's how I was reading
now.
online.
I got to ask some other people. That's funny.
Yeah.
I would think it would just catch on fire or something.
That's
what I was
that question.
Yeah, how long would you put it in there? Like you just hit the popcorn button?
I don't know. It said microwave it.
You ought to ask Max
anything that's going on.
I'm going to bring that up. That's pretty funny. I've never heard that.
Microwave.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh.
So, Nashville Reseller Meetup is little right at 30 days away, is it?
Yep.
I believe that's right.
25th
something like that.
and 27th.
Yep.
Next month. So yeah, we're a month out now.
I got a rental car too. So
you got a what?
drive us around. I got a rental car.
Uh,
Are you guys both flying? Is that the plan?
well,
Still?
I had told you that I had looked for flights, and what's amazing to me
Yeah, you
is
gotta
in the
fly.
state of Tennessee, you would think you could fly out of Knoxville straight to a direct flight to Nashville or the Tri-Cities Airport, which is up here closer to me, straight to Nashville, but they don't offer direct flights in the state of Tennessee. So if I fly, I got to fly all the way down to Atlanta, have a layover for a couple hours, and then fly back up. So what should take about a 40-minute flight direct is going to take 3.5 hours.
Well, it's almost how long does it take to drive? What, like 4 hours to drive?
Yes.
And you can bring the stuff back. So
Yeah.
listen to some podcasts, you'll be fine. It's
Yeah,
like
so there is a straight one. My flight's direct.
Mhm.
So, yeah, from Savannah
And
International.
it's $400 and some dollars.
Yeah, I paid $282.
cheaper. It'd be cheaper to drive with gas. You'd only
Should
have
be
to use
direct
one
flights
tank.
to Nashville for $100 is what they ought to do.
Yeah. Well, I was going to drive, but it's 8.5 hours. And I'm like, but I can leave here. I'll leave here at 7:30 and I land there at 8:30 because I gain an hour in between
Mhm.
because
Oh,
you guys are on the wrong time zone.
Yeah. We're on the wrong time zone.
Yeah.
Well, you'd be going through 2 different time zones, probably.
No,
Then
East
time
Coast
zone?
Central.
Yeah, east to central. Okay. Huh. Did you guys hear about the Highway 500 or something? It's like Oklahoma, kind of like the 127. Anyone ever been to that at all, Ben? Is that
I'm not
just
going to go into tornado country.
not during the springtime, right?
No.
Well, maybe some products will be falling from the sky or something. You just pick them up off the side of the road.
Yeah, you go out here and catch all the debris flying around. You might get lucky.
You ever seen that where there's like a piece of straw, like in a brick wall because of a tornado?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've heard of that.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Get one of those tornado suits and see if we can ride it.
Shoot.
what, like a wingsuit?
Yeah, you get it's a squirrel suit, but
Yeah,
it's
the flying squirrel.
Yeah, but it's made out of Kevlar, so you can't get hurt.
You know,
Put a helmet on.
I've not experienced. I mean, I know what flooding feels like because we had it, here last year.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't know how to react to an earthquake or a tornado because to me, I don't know which would be scarier. Coming outside
tornado.
of your house and seeing a tornado about to hit, or everything in your whole world is falling down around you in an earthquake. I don't know which would be worse.
Earthquakes aren't anything. I mean, I was in California for 19 years. There was a lot of earthquakes. Never one had a big one, but
Mm-hmm.
You just make sure your TV is mounted to the wall so it doesn't fall. Other than that, and then when I moved from Virginia to California, everybody's like, "Oh, the earthquakes, And then when I was leaving California to move to Florida, everybody's like, "Oh, you're gonna die in a hurricane." No matter where you live, you're worried about the other people.
Well, Florida actually has more tornadoes than Tennessee when you look it up.
Yeah,
Really?
during the hurricanes, they pop
But
up.
if you
pretty
look
good.
up natural disasters, California is ranked the highest because we have all you had all the wildfires,
crazy.
mudslides, earthquakes, other things I will not say right now. Yeah, a lot of things you got to watch out for there.
Facts.
I wanted to say something, but I'm not going to get political.
I just thought you were going to drop it and you didn't.
No, I didn't. You've never. How close has a tornado came in your area though, Ben? Because you lived in the South your whole life. Greensville's never been hit.
Well, the closest I've come, and this was after the first couple years I moved into this house, we had what we called a microburst that blew right by the front of the house. And at the time, across the 4-lane over here, they were building the Dollar Tree, and they had the center block back wall already built up. It had just tore that center block wall completely down. But that's really the closest that I've experienced anything resembling a tornado. Of course, a microburst is not a tornado, but it's close. a highly concentrated, high velocity wind, it's close. But that's been the closest that I've come to being involved in anything like that, knock on wood. So
Yeah, the most surprising thing about that story is that you said a Dollar General in the South? No way.
Dollar Tree.
They're Dollar Tree. I thought it's Dollar General, but Dollar Tree. That is actually unusual because we got Dollar Generals on every corner here.
Well, we got Dollar Generals out here in the rural areas. I mean, for people who don't want to drive into town, they could just go to the Dollar General supermarkets. They're about every 5 miles. So, yeah.
I got my cup at the Dollar Tree.
It's cheetah print, huh?
Cheetah print. It was only $5.
I thought you were going to say you found that at the bins, and did you wash that?
No, I didn't. You know, I've been going to the bins, and then Joel, my buddy from Pocket Change, he sent me an article about a woman who got hoof and mouth disease from digging at the bins.
You know what? I was chewing gum yesterday, and my daughter's like, "What are you chewing?" My gum. It came from the bins.
I hear a lot of horror stories. Some of these bins places are just filthy, nasty.
When I was at that bins, a guy came in dressed in the spandex that you wear when you ride a bicycle, head to toe with that, and he had leg weights on. And I'm like, wow, that's wild. You have to be pretty secure in your manhood to wear spandex, anyways. But
you're wearing a long sundress.
Well, yeah, I'm alone at home, so it's fine. But so he checked out before me and went out and got into a freaking Subaru. I'm like, why are you wearing that if you're not riding a bike? He wasn't riding a bike. He was just wearing the whole full on spandex head to toe and then leg weights. And I'm like, I was like, I wonder what kind of bike he has. And I walked out behind him and he got into a Subaru. I'm like, that's a
he's
weird
making a fashion.
Yeah,
he's making a fashion statement or something.
Yeah. He was on a bike ride and decided, hey, I might as well go thrifting. I'm passing by the Goodwill bin.
And he had a bag of stuff. I'm like, how is he going to get that on the bike?
Here's a question, Alex. When you go to the bins, do you wear rubber gloves?
I used to wear hard gloves that have the hard knuckles on them when I was doing a lot of hard goods. Lately we haven't been sourcing that many hard goods anymore. So the books, for the most part, I've never got glass or anything in the books, but there is glass when you go to the hard goods. So I do recommend you wearing work gloves or something.
Well, I would wear gloves if I went to a bins.
Yeah.
I took gloves, but left them in the car, and they got in there and was like, I
can't find one. I do like them when I'm in the hard goods, but for the most part, I'm just with books. I get a lot of paper cuts. Every day I'll probably get a paper cut digging through books. So that sucks. But yeah, I have got glass in my finger before at the bins without the gloves, so I decided to wear the gloves. So most people do.
I wasn't thinking of wearing gloves to keep from getting cut. I was thinking wearing gloves to keep your hands clean.
No hoof and mouth.
I know, but there's picture frames in there, and they just dump them right from the truck into the bin, so stuff shatters all the time.
That makes sense.
And then you could be standing on one side of the bins, and someone will toss a TV at you. So you should bring a shield to put up.
Man, alive! It's crazy stories.
Sunday, I was drinking some beers, hanging out by myself, and I thought of a funny joke.
Okay,
you guys want to hear it?
Yeah.
What kind of beer do women that shave their bush?
Bush Light. Bush
exactly. Yeah. I was drinking Bush Light because it was super cheap. You know me. Bush Light. I was drinking. That's a chick who shaves.
Lord, help us.
Isn't that the cheapest beer? Bush Light.
I don't think that was the cheapest. I thought Old Milwaukee was the cheapest.
Yeah, no. What's Miller? Miller is the cheapest. I bought that once. When I was younger, my grandfather used to drink this stuff called Peels. That's the worst beer you ever have. I never forget. I finally got old enough. While I had a fake ID, I went in and bought a case of Peels. I dumped that shit out. It was horrible. When you're younger and you go to the liquor store and you do that math, you're like, oh, okay, I can get 2 6-packs of Heineken or 3 cases of Keystone Light. I'm going with the Keystone Light, right?
I don't go any. There's not a beer that I like. Period.
I got a beer that you'll like.
When I did drink beer, I drank Land Shark. I could
Blanche de Brussels.
tolerate that. The rest of it,
We'll have to find a place with Blanche de Brussels and get you one of those. That's my favorite beer.
yeah.
It's got a little
I'll
cherry
go to-
skin on it.
Big beer drinker
I'll
either.
go to Brussels, but I won't drink it.
Yeah, it's a white beer. It's very good.
We're at the 127. You were drinking those like hard lemonades or something, right, Mike's?
Nope.
Is that what you're drinking? No,
Not me.
No?
I
You're
was
just-
sober as all get out. Y'all made all that stuff up. What happened over there? I wasn't drinking that crap.
We have videos that say otherwise.
Yeah.
But I wasn't drinking beer or anything.
That's not a good excuse to the way you're acting. If you're completely sober, then I don't.
Then
I don't
you're
remember
just
you
messed
falling
up.
down and hitting your head.
I didn't say I was completely sober. I just said I wasn't drinking
Drinking
beer.
Oh, we went to that liquor store before that we went to the house. Anyways,
That was the best though. There, when you go to the liquor store, they have like free
The
pours
tasting?
of whiskey.
yeah, the tasting.
The free tastings.
Yeah, that's cool. I haven't
Yeah.
seen that here, which is weird. You go 4 hours and they have tasting,
Yeah.
Not the liquor stores in Nashville.
All right. Do we know the latest attendance count to the Nashville meetup yet? Or do we know where we're at on that? Or have you got an update?
I don't have an update. I know there's in that group, there's like almost 400 people in that group.
Nice.
I know Ray cut it off to 150. They registered to 150, so everyone 150 and under will get the goodie bag with all the stickers and whatever else they're giving out. But I don't know if he's got like a head count. I feel like it's going to be really big.
Yeah.
I mean, the first year was big, so
The best thing, Alex, I think that could happen at this is that room, wherever the meet and greet is on Friday night, right? That it gets so full that you can't even get in there. That would be an awesome thing to see, because when you have events, and I used to put events on when I've done business stuff in the past, your goal is always to double your numbers from event to event.
Mhm.
So if you have 300 show up this time, next year's goal is to have 600, and that's always the goal when you're doing events, is to double your numbers.
yeah, but
So-
Ray's not charging, so if he's going to have to rent a bigger place, it might take away from it being free. If it grows
Well,
so big, you know what
that's
I mean?
an easy deal. $10 cover to get in. Most people will pay that to go to a club or anything else. I mean, what's $10?
Yeah. I mean, what's
And
cool
then-
about the event that is completely free, though, compared to almost every other reselling event, it costs money.
Well,
And
yeah, but
It
like
would be
you were
cool, I
saying-
guess, if it was that busy, but I wouldn't like that because I get claustrophobic. So I don't like big
But-
crowds like that.
But if you need to charge $10 at the door to help offset the fee to the banquet hall, there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
There's even at when I had my restaurant, if you wanted to come and see a band on Thursday, Friday, or Saturday night, you paid a $5 cover per person, and boom, it was automatically added to your bill, and you got
Mhm.
entertainment for $5. So that might be something that it grows into, and I wouldn't have a problem at all paying charge a cover at the door. I mean, it could be that simple.
Mhm.
So
I
we'll
think it's
see,
gonna be-
right?
I think it's going to be pretty big. It should be fun. I mean, I'm going to get there early in case it's out the door. I'll be inside, so I'm going to try
Yeah.
to get there early and help them set up a little bit and stuff. So
Yeah. So
looking forward to it.
in this meet and greet, blah, 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 is there going to be a bar in there, or?
I think it's a full bar on the first night.
Okay.
And then
So-
the next morning you have to bring your bar with you if you want to drink while yard selling. I think you need to bring your own booze for that. But then at the game terminal, there's a full bar over there too.
Well, is the meet and greet? What did they do last year? Did they set up tables and chairs, or is it just going to be standing room only where people can circulate?
Last year he had a table set up in the middle where he put all the bags at,
Yeah.
and then people just grabbed them. But I think there were some bar stools at this little bar they had there at the first one, but there
Yeah.
wasn't like chairs set like sitting out, so everyone was kind of standing. which I think the reason he wants to like actually do events so people hang out longer, because we were only there for like an hour at the first stop, and then we all went over to Hattie B's to eat, and a lot of people probably didn't go to Hattie B's and just went to the meet and greet. So this is going to be like a meet and greet for an hour and then hang out for the rest of the night with the restaurant so you can eat and drink there.
Oh, so we're only going to be gathered in a room for an hour?
That's how it was last year. I think it's going to be a couple hours. This time it's going to be a couple hours.
What time does that start?
More time to mingle with everyone.
Yeah, I thought it should go like till 10 or 11 at night and make that the only thing Friday night as we all just congregate together there. But
let me look at the flyer.
Yeah, because I don't get until 8:30, so I probably won't get there till 9.
Yeah. I'm trying to look up. I know Ray posted on Instagram today the whole thing again. Let me look real quick.
But yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be great to see a bunch of folks. Lots of people that we've met. Lots of people we haven't met yet.
Mm-hmm.
Great opportunity if you're a reseller to come and join us in Nashville that weekend. It's the 25th, 26th, and 27th. And
you make lifelong friends. I mean, I met Mike at a meetup, and we talk all the time. He's a really good guy, and I've met other people. I met some guy, I can't remember his name, but I went and took him with me yard sailing, and then I stopped to get liquor, and he bought a 1.75 liter of Jim Beam honey. And then and then he's supposed to meet me. We were supposed to do something. The next day I ran into him. He's like, yeah, I drank all that. I'm like, oh my God, how did you drink all that? He went to the room and just chugged it. I'm like, I need to see some of that.
That wasn't one of our guys, was it?
No, there was some guy. He worked for I don't know, Microsoft or something.
Really?
Yeah.
The meet and greet is at Jolly Ollie's. It starts at 6:30. It does not say when it ends, though. Oh, never mind. Hold on. Starts at 6:30. After party 9:30. So the after party starts at 9:30.
Cool. I'll be there for that.
Is the after party at the hotel?
It's at the same place. It's all at Jolly Ollie's. So you meet at Jolly Ollie's, 6:30 meet and greet, and then they're gonna maybe move to another room where the bar's at, and that starts at 9:30. So you have like 3.5 hours for the meet and greet, and then the after party of the meet and greet says 9:30.
And they have a room big enough at this restaurant to fit 150 people in it.
At least 150, yeah.
I was thinking we were in a banquet room at the hotel doing this.
No. I think he asked about that, but that was going to cost too much money. So he found this place that was going to host it for free because they're going to make money off food and drink. So why wouldn't they want 150, 200 people there? You know,
that makes sense. But okay, so, yeah.
Then yard sales. The next morning, 8:00. If you get up at 8:00.
Heck no.
No, that's late for yard selling. I mean, here's totally different though. Like California, you get up at like 6:30. People will be standing outside your house at 5. Here, you go at 8:00. They don't really come till like 10:00.
If I'm driving Friday night, Friday 4 hours down there, I am not getting up Saturday morning to go yard selling at 8:00. Sorry.
So we gotta come back and pick you up before we go to the bins.
Yes.
You're gonna be like me, sleeping in. So we'll all come with cameras into your room like you did to me at the 127 and wake you up.
You got to get up. That haven't seen that video, you need to go watch it.
Yeah, you got to get up by 12 because we're gonna go eat lunch at a pizza and pub place, the Long Hollow Pizza and Pub at 12:00 on Saturday. Then Goodwill Bins 2:00. Game Terminal. We'll leave from the bins to go to the Game Terminal at 5:00.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, this will be a new experience. It's set up different than probably most meetups that people have been to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, what we had at 127 last year, they rented this big old massive building on a gun range, man. It's killer. I mean, the perfect spot to have the event.
It would have been cool if we could have actually gone and shot guns, though.
Yeah.
You're going to host it at a gun range, and let's go shoot guns together,
Well, they didn't want to do that. They were like, resellers with shotguns, that's not a good idea.
I found this
Yeah.
plushie today. Pool, and then we could shoot plushies. We can be
You'd
like
be-
Wolfman's goodies.
You'd take that shotgun, you'll be comping it out, and figuring out how you can,
Yeah.
how much money you
How
can
much
make
is it
off
worth?
of it. Yeah, my gun's worth $500. How much is yours? So yeah, guns and resellers. I don't know though. I carry a pistol when I go out though.
Mm-hmm.
So you never know when that red bloody rage strikes. You gotta have protection.
No, I carry a boot knife. I'm not wanting no pistol.
Well,
I
we
can
got
just-
We need the protection against Ben though when he gets angry. Like Shim's song, I said, when Ben gets angry, you better run.
You know what I was thinking, Alex, and I was before you joined us. I was telling Jefferson this. You know, I was looking at our numbers off of last week's episode, and I looked and I was looking at the comments, and I'm like, man, there is not any comments to last week's episode. We've never had that happen. Well, Jefferson pulled it up on his end, and he said, "There's all kinds of comments. There's over 20-some comments in it," and I'm like, "Why am I not seeing?" I had a filter on just showing me the ones that I haven't responded to. So I unclicked that, and then I seen all the comments that people left. And
Had
You
responded.
saw every comment because you didn't respond to
Yeah,
any
yeah,
of them.
he had-
You saw all of
He had comments I have responded to was 0. That was it.
well, you know, they were old comments that I didn't respond to, but yeah, I was just kind of like, wait a minute, man, something is not right, because I kind of said some controversial things last week that
I didn't hear any of it. That's how to rewatch the show because I couldn't hear for half the show what was going on.
You know, I thought, man, this is going to spark some people to put their 2 cents in, and this will be fun to read the comments. And then I'll see, well, nobody left any comments. So I must have been right on everything that I said. So I'll take it as that.
You were
Well,
wrong.
we do appreciate you commenting to the
Yeah,
show.
since I'm the new guy, I'm like, yes, sir. You're right. You're 100% right on everything. That
Nah,
makes sense.
Well, there's a lot of good comments. Yeah, like I really was going to call both of you out today on the show. That was my plan because you guys never respond to comments. I made a big deal about it backstage after the last episode.
we
So,
busted your bubble.
I do appreciate that you guys did, and I'm sure everyone else appreciates that you guys responded. And there was a lot of good comments, and a lot were to you, Ben. So, did you see Max's comment?
I did.
Max is ready to come back and talk about books.
Did you see what I said back?
No, I'm just looking right now.
You might want to look at that. But anyway, while you're looking at comments, Alex, why don't you pick one like right now? Viewer comment of the week. Let her rip, tater chip.
Jefferson, pick a comment. I'll be biased and I'll pick my wife's, and she'll get mad at me that I didn't pick my wife's comment.
Yeah, any one of you pick one there.
So if I don't pick the comment, she can't get mad at me that I didn't pick her comment.
Well, while you're doing that, we want to thank our paid subscribers. MVP member is $4.99 a month. That gets you backstage footage. It gets you access to the show before anybody else. And it gets you footage that we shoot when we go to events. We want to thank the ambassador to the locker room, Mr. Mike Camparelli on Metco Meetups on YouTube. Check in with him and his channel for all the reselling events happening throughout the nation. Also, Keith from Vintage Sports Flips over on YouTube as well. Rick in Maryland. Those are our MVP members. Skybox members, $9.99 a month. Wolfman Goodies on YouTube. Trash to Cash Podcast on YouTube. Flipping for Laughs. Mary McQueen. Goodwater Pickers on YouTube. Captain Morgan Riverboat Adventures. The Pocket Change Reselling Podcast. And Chris Easy Pickens. Appreciate everybody's contributions to this show weekly. And we're glad that you're with us. Now,
my wife did say, Ben, that OnlyFans does not count as live selling.
okay. Well,
But, yeah,
OnlyFans is $29.99 a month, and we won't tell you what you get when you subscribe to that.
I got pretty feet. Saying.
All right, we got a
My
comment.
favorite comment was Sue Ferris, 3685. Sounds like increased shipping costs across the board is hurting and or killing reselling. I think that is true. I think the shipping
Yeah.
cost is getting us.
it could be hurting slowing sales down, but I don't think it's going to kill reselling.
Well,
But it definitely does hurt when you're selling a $3 item and it costs you $9 to ship the thing. So I think it's going to hurt people selling lower profitable items,
Yeah, we talked about this last week.
Yeah.
Maybe why everybody's getting a lot of low ball offers, because they're wanting to get that ask as low as they can because they're having to shill out more for the shipping.
Mm-hmm.
It's a theory I have.
It makes sense. I like try to get my ass as low as I can.
Yeah. Ask.
I don't know why the Boots with the Fur song just came in my head when you said that. I don't know if I could just see Jefferson doing the dance and dropping low in his pants.
I used to be able to do that. My knees don't work very well anymore.
Low. Can you go on a low ball?
If you sell books, though, your shipping cost is really not that much. I mean, the most expensive.
I don't know how you make any money shipping books, because you should do media mail and you don't, do you?
I do media mail. What do you mean?
You do media mail?
Yeah, I just overcharge. I've said this multiple times on here. Every book is 3 pounds. If it's a 1 ounce, it's still 3 pounds. If it's a 3 pound book, then it's 5 to 6 pounds. So I make a little bit of money to cover my shipping supplies.
I overcharge.
I overcharge. But if they pay for media mail and I can do it cheaper doing first ground advantage, then I pick the ground advantage.
Okay.
Got to overcharge. You got to make money.
That works.
Not like Jefferson passing the discount along.
Well, you got to share, man.
I did that, dude.
I was raised as a hippie. I share everything.
I don't think majority of people buying on eBay even realize that we're getting a discount, though, right?
But it makes so. My thought is, I share 20%, and I always still make change on everything I ship. And then if somebody's selling the same item as me, and my shipping's $2 cheaper, it's more appealing.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I told you last week that I tried that, pass the discount on shipping to the buyer, and I did that for a while. And then when I went back and added up how much money I lost from doing that, never done it again.
You lost money, or the money that you could have pocketed?
Money I could have pocketed, which equals money lost that I could have had.
These pants are very soft.
Yeah, we know about the pants. Okay.
I get excited about things. Sorry.
Yeah.
Hey, so what's the nasty find of the week? What do you got there, Beard King?
I'm scared. I'm scared to know.
Well,
last week
because I didn't go, sourcing. I know I have other items. They're probably far away from me. So let me just pick something that's in front of me here.
Uh-oh.
Well, it won't be an inappropriate find because I don't have any of the offensive finds of the week.
Oh, okay. I had to put that up there for disclaimer.
I'm trying to. I mean, I might. Let's see. I got digging through this box of books here.
Okay. For those of you about to watch this might be offensive to some.
It's not. I don't have anything good in front of me here.
Okay.
So I take it back. I got nothing. Finally, for the first time, Ben.
You got nothing.
I got two belt buckles that I found.
That are offensive?
Let's see.
I don't know how they're offensive. They could be offended. People get offended very easily. But I got this one here, and if I'm going to bring it with me, and if the Commonwealth Picker comes to the meetup, I'm going to give it to him.
All right, let's see it.
That's great.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
And then I got my belt buckle that I'm going to wear to the event because I'm cheap and I don't like to pay for drinks. And it's a flask.
Nice.
Trucker.
That's those trucker mud flaps.
Trucker mud flap flask belt buckle.
I got some That's Cool for the That's Cool segment. I did find this old vintage pricing guide for Hot Wheels.
Oh, let me see.
Oh, that is cool.
So
Jason's probably got that.
I got that one, and then I have another, it's just micro cars. So I got all these. This one, actually, I have 4 different ones. So if Jason wants any of these, they're pretty cool. think that's a
Wow.
Matchbox from 1947 to 1998 price guide.
Nice. Nice.
No offensive fine. I'm upset that I wasn't prepared today. But
Swinger.
I still
Swinger.
think
That's perfect. He's nice and petite. He can wear the belt buckle. You see it when I wear belt buckles, they get covered up.
Well, you are 300.
I know.
300 pounds.
Well, you know what? It's a lot of loving. Well, you know what?
I still can't believe that, dude, because you don't look 300 pounds.
I carry it well. It's mainly good.
Yeah, especially with them floppy pants you got on.
You know. That's why I'm
Dude.
wearing them.
he tucks his belly into him now.
Exactly. No, actually, I can't stand that. So, I only wear a 38-inch waist, but because I wear my pants under my gut. Those people that pull them up like their pants all the way up, I don't know where you're supposed to go. My belly button hadn't seen pants in 30 years, so
Okay.
I like low-rise pants.
Low rise.
No rise.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna present getting ready.
I say we should all wear tube tops to the event. That'd be cool.
Tube top.
Woody just messaged that Jason and Luck's Garage is live. So
I know.
when you watch this episode, go check his recorded live out.
I skipped to the sale of the week.
Nice.
Warhammer 40,000. The Emperor's Will sold for $159.99 this week. That's from the 127 part of that haul. So
Oh, okay.
I had it up for 200, and then it went on. I put a sale on this week and 20% off. So
Somebody didn't try to lowball you even further.
yeah, no, they didn't. I still got even with 20% off though. You still get lowballed. I'm like, it's already 20% off.
Exactly.
Yeah, they don't care about that stuff.
And a lot of the times I'll put my listings lower than, the average listing and then put it on sale. And then I still go to lowball. But I think I just got another lowball offer right now on a hat I have for $40. Offer me 20 and it's on sale, 10% off. Make
Nice.
sports shirts great again. That's the hat.
Nice.
I'm done sharing.
Okay.
That's all I got.
I got no great sale of the week. I just got a couple small ones.
I sold 2 lots of video games for $30-some for a lot of 15 because I'm liquidating that crap out. These video games are not the market that they used to have. But if you do go out on the poop trail and you find a bunch of games and they're willing to sell it to you in a lot price for all, and you flip them as a lot, you can probably still make some pretty good money. But individually, unless they're rare title, market's done closed on the video game, especially when you're talking about Xbox 360.
What about N64? Isn't N64 still good?
Yeah, some of the Nintendo stuff. Yeah, but generally what you always find, guys, when you go out, you find Xbox 360 or everywhere.
I found a WWE game is N64. I found it at the bins, but now when I came into my mess here, I have no idea where it's at. Hopefully it's in one of these bags. It's like a $40 game. It's crazy because someone was leaving the bins and they threw it back. And then I went
Really?
and grabbed it, and the game was in there. It's a $40 game.
Wow, they threw it back?
Yeah.
Mm.
Which was crazy. It's one of the guys that he doesn't sell online. He only goes to the used bookstore here at McKay's and trades in for credit, which McKay's still would have gave him at least $20 probably for the game. For some reason, he threw it back. So
I just had a thought that might give you a tactical advantage when you're at the bins. Have you seen those long poles with a trigger and it's got a clamp thing on the end of it? You could extend that thing out, and when you have to reach over a distance, you can just stick that down in there and pick that item out. You know what I mean?
So I'll be on one side of the bins and I'll go gadget my arm to the other
Yeah.
side.
No.
You've seen them, haven't you? They're
Yeah.
long stick things with a trigger with a little claw.
Yeah. That was
There you
that
go.
was
That's a good idea.
That'd be funny.
You could
If I
also
could-
not bathe for a month. That would
Yeah,
probably get people away from you.
well, that's like everyone, the majority of the people. I actually got a buddy that went to the bins and he didn't wear. That was his whole tactic, but he's a dirty guy, anyways. But he didn't wear deodorant for like 3 days and take a shower, so he stunk so bad. it worked because I would stay away from him. I wouldn't even go by him to source by him because it was.
I've never wore deodorant in my life.
What?
I don't
What?
wear deodorant. No. I smell wonderful. I got great pheromones. I've never wore deodorant. My wife was like, she's like, what deodorant do you wear? I'm like, none. I haven't wore deodorant. I grew up as a hippie, and then my mother used to give me this crystal I used to rub on my armpits. I don't understand what the hell that was about. But other than that, I've never wore deodorant.
I wear crystals under my arm.
Yeah, there's some crystal it keeps you from sweating. I don't know. I do sweat.
Well, you know what? When we were together at 127, I didn't notice if you stunk or not. Of course, you reeked of liquor, and that probably had something to do with it. But
well, you know, you smoke enough crack, people leave you alone. No, but no, I've never worn deodorant ever.
thanks for sharing, bro.
Yeah, well, it's good to know.
So
Because we care.
Exactly.
when we go to the bin, we're gonna look for some deodorant for Ben.
Oh my God.
I don't need it. I naturally don't need it.
That's
300-pound guy that doesn't wear deodorant, you would think would be horrible. But you know, as long as I wash my ass, I'm fine.
we usually do that once a week, right?
Yeah, right before the show on Tuesdays. That's my bathing night.
You know, there's just some things that you really shouldn't know about other people.
Well,
That's probably one of them.
I don't wear deodorant. That's not that big a deal. There's plenty of people out there like that. Actually,
You're
one day
the
I was
one I
talking to
know.
my brother.
We're usually at anime conventions.
I talked to my brother, and I was like, "You wear deodorant?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "Yeah, it must be a family thing." I'd ask my dad, but he's dead. But you know, yeah, he.
You're the only person I know, bro.
Never wore it in my life.
Do you wear cologne?
I wear, you know, that stuff when you go and get you get your hair done, and it's like in a green bottle with a little guy on the side, like aftershave. I wear that every day. I love that stuff.
You wear aftershave, but you don't shave.
I shave every day. Right
you
here.
Put it on your beard, your little goatee
Here
there.
and there. You go here and there. This is one day's worth of stubble. But I want everybody to see my rolls in my neck. Right? I'm proud of them. I've gained them.
It's like the line or the circles on a tree, right? It's
Exactly.
how you see how old you are by counting the neck rolls.
51, 52. There it is.
Jeez, Louise. We have gone off rails.
I don't know.
Hey, you said in the beginning of the show we got nothing. We don't know what we're doing.
We got nothing, and we're an hour and 8 minutes in. We're doing all right. No, there's 10 minutes of back door.
There's no back door, back room, access. What is that?
A
hat?
Penis
Cowboy hat?
Yeah.
It is.
It is.
Wrap her up on there.
It goes on one of these dolls that I've got.
If you got to give that to Jefferson in case he wants to shoot a Western film in his little shoebox.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Look, we can go with more of a Amish style hat, or we go with the traditional cowboy.
I prefer the traditional. We can do both. I can do two parts. They can argue about what's better. You use electricity.
Got some little boot spurs you can put on too.
There you go.
Yeah. Are those for your dolls, or what are those for?
Yeah, that's right. They go on
OnlyFans.
They go on. Yeah. They go on. They go on. Grant. President Grant. And I don't know what else. But anyway.
Did you figure out that old thing that you called me about? The shipping? How'd that work out?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know, how many of you, which I know y'all have done it and don't lie because you have, you ship out the wrong thing?
I've never done that before.
Yeah. You've done that. You've talked about it.
I have.
Well, this guy bought an Abraham Lincoln. Well, I have 3 different ones and they all look different slightly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got in a hurry and I grabbed the one that I thought was correct and I shipped it out. And then the next day after I shipped it, I realized, let me go back and look at that again. Oh, I sent him the wrong one. I'm going to give him a heads up. So I sent him a message. I said, listen, just to let you know, before you get this thing, I accidentally picked the wrong Lincoln and sent you the wrong one. When you get it, let me know. And next day he got it and he says, yeah, I've already got this one. I said, okay, I'm going to ship the correct one to you. And then I'm going to put a return label in with it to ship me back the wrong one. So there you go. That's how
We've all been there. We've always grabbed the wrong link and shoved it in the box.
Yeah.
You know.
Have you ever packaged something and then thought, was that the right one, and unpack it to check?
Yes.
One. I do that all the time.
I've
Yep.
done that too.
You know why that is?
Because
That is a sign of old age.
I thought because I was doing this and packing at the same time. So
That's probably it.
Yeah. And you know, you have to, I can't never get it back open after I seal something up, and then I just tear it all to pieces, and then I got to start all over again.
Get a new box or a new envelope.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
that.
You can't save an envelope after you open an envelope bubble mailer. You just trash.
I do that all the time. Maybe I have sent the wrong one. So if I have that question in my head, I always just open it up and double check. So.
Yeah. One time I did that on Macari. I had sold 2 things. I sent them to the wrong people. And they both waited more than 3 days after they got it to open the box. So then they called me and they were like, they sent me a message. Hey, you sent me the wrong thing. I'm like, okay. And then I sent a note to Macari and they were like, no, they automatically accepted it after 3 days. So they were screwed.
Wow.
But I sent them each. I said, pick something out from my store. And I sent them both something for free. But I sent one buddy like a Kansas City Chief hat and then like a camouflage hat. And I let them each pick out a new hat and just sent it to them. But Macari was like, screw them. They didn't follow the policy.
That's still their policy. 3 days. If they don't open it, there's no returns.
It automatically gives you 5-star rating. And then they've rated it as 5 stars and it's on you. So
That's cool.
Well, Ben, if you're sending the wrong items, you might as well move to Macari. You can just get away with it.
Yeah, exactly. As long as they don't open it for 3 days.
It's Resellers.
Just don't send them a note and tell them, hey, I screwed up.
Platform for old people that forget.
There you go.
Maybe you could sell checkers over there. You should only checkers.
Y'all have anything else?
I mean, not if you're kicking us off. I guess I'm done here.
I made that slide just for you back last year. Remember that?
You do ask him that every time. And every time he's like, I got nothing.
Yeah.
That's good.
I got nothing when you put me on the spot there. You know, it's weird because Corey watched the other podcast, the Reseller Island I was on. And he said that I talked a lot. And he thought that I didn't talk on this show and thought I was just shy. But then he was like, oh, no, Ben just talks so much.
Okay.
I thought that was weird. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I talk on the show. I know in like that was the comment we used to get all the time. Like when I first joined, that I didn't say that much when I was trying to feel everything out, you know? I think that's weird to still think that about me now.
It is weird.
He quit watching it at show 12 then, maybe?
But weird people have weird opinions. Just there you go.
So you're calling Corey weird now?
I just made a statement. Anyway, no, he's not weird. And no, Corey, I don't dominate. If I didn't, how well would this show go if I sat here and kept my mouth shut? Matter of fact, let's do that next week. You two will talk and I will be just the observer.
It'll be 1,000 hits. I'm just saying.
Yes,
no,
that's right.
Jefferson, he does this like every 2 months. He'll like halfway quit and then say, you guys just run the show. I do everything here. And then we have to talk him off the ledge. And
I don't do everything.
You do. This is great. I mean, I ain't got to edit nothing. This is awesome. When I'm done tonight, I can just go bed. It's wonderful. It's a good thing.
I don't mind that. I don't mind doing all that, guys.
Archie did say that editing the show was easy because he just let Ben be Ben and he didn't really edit that much out.
Yeah. And I didn't edit all your pornographic material either. I just left it in there.
That never happened.
No wonder we got 13 new subscribers.
That's exactly right, because Alex is freaking going rogue with these porno books.
I'll never forget, I stayed home one day from school, and I was on PBS, and then all of a sudden, there was a bare-breasted woman. I'm like, and then I've been watching PBS ever since. It's never happened again, but they hooked me, you know? I had a plan. Like, we're going to get that Jefferson guy, and he's going to give us $33 a year. Yeah.
Jeez. All right.
Thursday, the 29th, full erotica show, whatnot. 4:00 Pacific Standard Time. If I
That's
actually
7
get
o'clock my
around,
time. I can go to that.
yeah, if I get around to actually looking through my Playboys.
You heard it here. You heard it last week too. Mark your calendars.
He's
Go
like,
check out that show.
I can't seem to get the show going because I get like into three
Distracted.
fucking magazines, and then next thing you know,
Here's why I can't commit to doing that because I just sold 9 of them for $89. I'm like, do I really want to run them on whatnot for like $2?
Yeah, why would you?
That's why
who
I'm
was
like,
in those? Was there someone special in them?
no, I went back through before I sent them off and I looked up everyone and the average was like $9 a magazine. So they paid for $9, they paid $85. There was not like a really good,
It wasn't
one
something
in
that
there.
you missed.
I have another set listed, but it has Donald Trump on the cover, and that one's listed for the whole set for that year, $300.
Hmm.
So people are telling me to pull that one off and sell it by itself. Like apparently, if you get that one graded and it's in good grade, it's like $1,500.
Wow.
The Donald Trump episode. So I feel obligated to do the show because I said I was. It's like for a raid train, but then like, why am I going to sell them for $2 to maybe people come in there and maybe $4 a magazine? So,
Well, be responsible and go to Walmart or somewhere and buy a bunch of condoms and sell those.
There you go.
On whatnot?
Yeah. You're promoting safe sex. You heard it here, folks, from the locker room.
Put your Beard King Picker sticker on the front.
And by the way, we want to thank the comments we got to our thumbnail, and that's courtesy of Alex. He created that. And
this week it's from Soda City Flips. Thank you.
Yeah.
For the
Thank
free
you, Shane.
thumbnail.
Me and my old ass on the thumbnail. Watch for it. It's coming at you. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, join us every Thursday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you for joining us on episode 75. We'll see you right back here next week. Say goodbye, fellas.
Bye, fellas.
Bye,
See ya,
fellas.
bitches. No.
Bye, Felicia.